Good thing you said that. All right.
All right, so we are now live, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Kherk Roldan is your show. This show for SEO, e-commerce, and digital marketing. Kherk Roldan is your show was launched to deliver high-quality insights, best advice, and tips from the top expert to the community. So in today's episode, we have Bibi Lauri Raven. So did
Woo!
I,
You said my whole name. Good job.
how are we doing, Bibi?
Um, that's a good question because I just got my period yesterday, so today I just feel like "Ugh." That's how I'm doing.
Thank you so much for having time for this interview. I really appreciate it. So before we start with our interview, and for those who don't know Bibi yet, so the one and only Bibi Lauri is the founder behind BibiBuzz.com. So I know a lot of people ask you this, but I'm curious. Can you tell us about what you do? Do you only focusing off page, or you also doing on page SEO for your clients? And why
No.
off page SEO?
What was the last question? Sorry.
Why off page SEO? That was the last.
Oh, right. So, yeah, I don't do on page for clients. I think if a client would ask me to do on page now, I would have no idea where to start because I've completely lost all my on page skills. I will be starting some affiliate sites or reviving some that I had as well. So
Oh wow.
I will get better in it, but that will be just for me. That's not like for clients. Yeah, I mostly do off page. It's just that people asked me to do it, link building, before I knew I wanted to do link building. And it was so profitable and came so naturally to me. So I just kept doing it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. So how you started your SEO journey, by the way?
Yeah, I back like 1,000 years ago, I used to study. I think it was organizational science and human computer interaction.
Okay.
Um, but I was partying too much, and I was also working as a programmer a little bit. I completely flunked my studies, so I dropped out. And then I was just doing all these odd jobs. I've been doing financial administration. I've sold big balloons and stuff like that. But I started to do social media marketing for an automotive company, and just to be able to work from home. And from there, I wanted to have more freedom. So I Googled how to make money online because I thought that would be, the best way to create freedom for myself.
Right.
And I stumbled on Pat Flynn. I listened to him, and then through Pat Flynn, I found Authority Hackers.
All right.
And yeah, so that's Gail Breton and Mark Webster,
Oh,
which is crazy because they were like my heroes, and now they're buddies. So that's really nice. Yeah, so I found them, and then I signed up for an internship from another company where we would learn how to do affiliates SEO. And
all right.
I think they were doing. They used to do a lot of black hat stuff, but now they turned a little bit to white hat. But I had no idea. I was just doing whatever they told me, and I was building a site, and it was getting a lot of traffic through Pinterest mainly. Yeah, at some point it also started picking up organic traffic. I wasn't building any links for it; I was just earning links, and I almost reached 100,000 visits a month. But I
Wow.
didn't. Yeah, but I didn't know how to monetize it, so I was earning, I don't know, $500 or something. And but when I was in the internship, I formed a little mastermind. I mean, mastermind's a big word. We're just like a Skype group hanging out and talking to each other. But all those guys were building their affiliate sites, and they hated link building. So
Yeah.
at some point, some of them just asked me, "So do you want to build links for us?" And I was like, "All right." I didn't know what it was, but they were paying me good money already.
Yes.
Yeah, so I started looking on Facebook because I thought that when you build links, you go into groups and you just exchange links with each other. I thought that was like the best way to do it. I was very wrong, but that's how I got into a group, and I networked with all the people there. And because I'm addicted to Facebook, I just made so many great connections, and from those connections came more clients.
Okay.
And that's how I started to become a full-time link builder. And it's been going really fast. I think I started my business, I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's crazy the level where I'm at now. So, but I'm thankful for it. It's been a good ride.
Wow, what a great journey. So, guys, if you have questions for Bibi, you can drop it in the comment sections below. Bibi, are backlinks still important for SEO? And if so, what kind of building should companies be doing?
Nah, man, fuck links.
Why?
You should not build any link to your website. No. I'm kidding. Yeah, I think it's still important. It's when I build links for my clients, and of course other stuff needs to happen too. Otherwise, they're completely worthless. I can see the jump in traffic, so I think it's and then it's also one of the competing factors that you can have to beat your competition. So I think it's still really important.
All right. I believe in that one as well. So since you said backlink is important, what is your off-page SEO strategy? So can you share us? Can you share it to us?
Yeah, so I don't have sites of my own at the moment, really. So then I'm not building links for them, just for clients. I have to say that I usually fall back to guest posting because it's what comes very easily to me because I'm
Yeah.
very content focused. I also tried some other stuff like editorial resource link building, I would call it, where you get like link insertions in existing articles or upcoming articles. And that's been kind of a hit or miss. It completely depends on how good your content is, and but also the timing and all that stuff. But I would love to do that more because I think that can work really well. Also because you will still be picking up links after. After your link building stops, it will just gain links. Yeah, but mostly guest posts. And what I do is I try to go for unpaid guest posts as much as possible. But sometimes clients, they really want paid links, or it's really hard in a certain niche or for certain sites to get unpaid links.
Okay.
And the way I get unpaid links is by being very creative or having a very creative team. And they just charm people into accepting the post. And that's basically it. So they use jokes, or jokes work really well. It's like you wouldn't believe how many links we've gotten from amazing sites just by using a cat meme, because people just love it, especially now because with all the COVID and stuff, people are a little bit depressed, or and then if your email can make them smile, it keeps the conversation going.
Correct. So guest posting, link insert. So for all the list you mentioned, what is your favorite strategy among them and why?
Yeah, I would say guest post because it's something we're good at, but also you get a lot of control over the content where your link is placed.
Correct.
I always go for natural, by the way. I don't try to highly optimize the article because I'm scared that the editor will refuse it if it looks very unnatural. But when you ask a writer to write about a topic, a good writer will use a lot of important words that are related to the keyword anyway. So I like guest posts. You can control the content, you can control the link, and you're also offering a person something of value. If they really like it, they want more. So that way you can build a relationship and get more repeat links as well.
Okay. So I have a question from my group. Do you recommend using automated tools for getting links? So if so, what software or tool you recommend? This is, guys, just add your comment in the below, because we are live, and don't send me private messages.
Yeah, I can't see the question, so I have no idea. Is it from a Kim Nut?
Yeah, it's in private. It's in my private message.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. So can you repeat it again? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening so well because I was checking out the comments and then I
So,
missed
do
it.
you recommend using automated tools for getting links? If so, what software or tool you recommend?
I'm not 100% sure what you mean with automated tools. Does she mean like
Like GS,
outreach
maybe
tools or huh?
like JSA or something like that.
Jay-Z?
Yeah,
I don't know what Jay-Z is. No idea. What is that?
yeah. It's like an automated tools to automate your link building campaigns. Yeah, maybe that is his question, by the way, but I'm not
Yeah.
really sure. So yeah, maybe
Yeah.
okay.
No, it's okay. I can tell you what tool I use.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm not sure if it has some automation in it. So I use Pitchbox because it integrates a lot of different tools in it. So Ahrefs and LRT, Majestic and Moz and all that stuff. So you don't have to check metrics if you want to check metrics outside of Pitchbox. It's all in there. And it does automate the follow-up sequence
Yeah.
and sending out of email. So we use, I used to do bespoke email, which was bespoke for every prospect, which is amazing because the conversion is really high. You can send out 10 emails and you can get 5 links, but it does take a lot of time. So now we use templates, and in Pitchbox you can just set up a template and have some fields in it for extra personalization, and then it starts sending out in a sequence.
Okay.
So that's what I use. Yeah.
Okay, sounds fun. So for startups and beginners, what you recommend ways to get backlinks easily?
For startups and beginners. So for a startup, I would always tap into your own network first. People that people that you collaborate with anyway, suppliers, all that stuff. And there are also some basic follow-up links, not follow-up, pillow links that you might want to build.
Okay.
And that can help as well. But I think I would start doing link building right away, but on a very small scale, because otherwise it's going to look super unnatural. Just to get into the habit of building links for your site. And you could try guest post outreach, or you could try creating content and do outreach for that.
Okay.
I think I would try guest post outreach, because when you do guest post outreach, you learn a lot about the niche that you're active in.
Right.
And you will also learn about what content resonates with your audience or with the sites that have your audience. And while you're doing that, and I would also actually do bespoke email, just send out 3 emails a day. It will give you so much knowledge that you can use to scale it up later or make it more automatic, or hire someone because you actually know what works and what doesn't work.
Correct.
So start right away and do it, but take it slow and focus on one thing at a time. So I wouldn't do like 10 link building strategies at a time. Just do one and get really good at it.
Okay, sure. So how much do you regular pay for a guest post, or is it free?
Hey, hi, Facebook user. So I love going for unpaid. It's just something, maybe it has to do with my ego, but I also think that if you pay for a guest post, you increase the chance of that site lowering their standards for who they're linking out to. So at the time, you can pay for a guest post and they might have some criteria. So they say, oh, we don't link out to gambling or whatever, or your content has to be great or all that stuff. But when they're broke, they're going to lower those standards and they're going to become a bad link neighborhood. That said, though, I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with paying for guest posts or for links, but don't make it your whole backlink profile. Just do a percentage of paid and do a percentage of unpaid. But
Awesome.
yeah, most of the links I get are free. It has to do with taking time and effort to dive into the niche that you want links from and spending time on content ideation. So really find topics that resonate with them. And then making your email really entertaining and engaging and not link buildery.
Okay. So another question here. How do you find your high ticket clients?
That's a really good question. Hello, R2R Performance. Yeah, it's fun because they find me. I'm really good at networking online, and I just talk to everyone. I'm genuinely interested in people, and they refer me to other people, or they become my clients, and it just starts building up from there. I wouldn't have this thing in your head that you want to target high ticket clients right away. It doesn't mean I wouldn't work for free either. I don't really like that. And I wouldn't underprice yourself, but don't have this ideal in your head that high ticket clients are the best, because sometimes they're not, It's more about having clients that understand what you're doing and that trust you and manage their expectations really, really well. So it's more, I would say, high quality clients.
All right.
Yeah, and once you have high quality clients, that you have a filtering process that gets you high quality clients, you will work up to getting paid a good amount of money. So I think that really helps. The other thing is exposure. So it's connections, but also exposure. Like what you're doing right now. Every time I'm on some interview or I get mentioned somewhere, I get leads from it. And all my leads are inbound in that way. I don't really reach out to people. And it also makes a difference. If people are inbound leads, the power dynamic is already different than when you reach out to them and you try to sell yourself.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. And about filtering clients, if you guys want to check out my link building service page on BibiBuzz, you will see it. I hate my site. It's really ugly and horrible. But if you go through the service page, you will see that I try to cover everything that I do.
Yes.
And everything that I expect and the things that I don't do and all that stuff, because it's a really good filter to get those quality clients. And you might be afraid of turning down people, but it will really help grow your business.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I see your site. It has 4 pages, but very powerful. So I like the simplicity that you made from there. Okay, so another question from Geronimo. Do you practice black hat link building strategy?
Well, I'm a link builder, so that's already illegal in the eyes of Google. If Google were a moral authority, I was already a black sinner. But I guess you would call it gray hat, maybe, because I actively reach out to people and get links. But I don't do black hat stuff. I don't do, the automated link building where you get all these citations, or I don't hack sites or any of that stuff. It's not that I'm against it. Well, hacking sites would be bad, but I'm just too dumb for it. When somebody starts talking to me about tier 1 and tier 2 and this thing there, and you need to do that, I'm just like, Jesus fucking Christ, just let me email people and and send them a cat meme and I'm happy.
What is Yeah. Okay. So when handling clients, Bibi, what is your biggest problem you encountered and how do you resolve it?
Biggest problem in what?
Biggest problem you encountered when working to a client?
Oh, in handling clients? Yes, that's also a really good question. I do have some problems sometimes with delivering on time. because you can imagine that trying to get links from editors, it's a human process, right?
Right.
And especially if you go for big sites, a big site already has their, like Psychology Today, they already have their editorial calendar set up for 3 to 6 months. So to get in between there can be really hard, and sometimes you have to wait for a link to go live. That's also why I stopped talking to clients in months. I now talk in rounds. I'm like, round 1 will approximately take to 6 to 8 weeks or something. Sometimes it's longer, and then after that picks up. So delivering on time is really hard and stressful. So now I try to manage the expectations around that. And then if I do deliver more or in shorter time, then it's good. Then I've over-delivered. The other thing that is hard with clients is that if you fuck up, so sometimes you mess up, I have the tendency to hide. So I just avoid talking to the clients.
Mm-hmm.
And that only makes things worse.
Right.
I've noticed that if you mess up, if there's some misunderstanding about something or whatever, immediately just talk to them and be upfront about it and discuss how you're going to fix it, because they really appreciate that. So don't go hiding, just be really honest. Trust is way more important than anything else, especially in SEO. There was also a third thing. Let me think. Was handling clients. Oh yeah. So sometimes I have a lot of direct clients, so they're actually companies, but I also have some clients that go through an agency. So you have agencies that have really big brand clients, and they hire me as a link builder. And then the whole managing expectations things become harder because the agency is in between. I say something to them, and then they translate it to the client, and something gets lost in translation, or they promise things that I can't deliver, or the client hasn't read my whole service page, so they don't know what I'm about, and they're like, oh yeah, but we expected to have DR 70 plus links, and I'm just like, no. So that's another thing that's hard.
Okay. So do you guarantee is your results or rankings, by the way?
No, I don't guarantee anything. I only do link building, so results are dependent on so many other factors. I've had clients where I build amazing links for them, but their internal linking was messed up. So nothing was ranking the way it should be. As soon as they fixed that, things started picking up. But that's not my responsibility. So if somebody buys links and they don't see any results, then we try to, help them fix whatever might be going wrong. But usually they do see results, but I don't guarantee them.
Okay. Yes. So one question from Gio: what's best
Hi, Jill.
practice you recommend for those who don't have a website yet but rely on e-commerce and marketplace like Amazon, Lazada, and Shopee?
Oh wow, I don't have any idea how to build links to that. But a lot of times the answer is already in the question. So you mentioned that you don't have a website, but you rely on e-commerce marketplaces. That would scare me. If 90% of your income relies on the mercy of specific marketplaces, you might want to start investing in building up a website. So maybe a website that you could link through to the marketplace, or that could turn into your own online shop. So I would definitely slowly start building your own property and then build links to that. But there are probably a lot of ways that you can build links to e-commerce marketplaces, but I don't know. I haven't done it. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So when doing blog writing, do you always link back to your product pages? I guess that is very common, right?
Yes, I do. So I don't always, I prefer if the client leaves it open to me, because sometimes there is an opportunity linked to the product page. Sometimes I rather link out to a blog page or something else. But what I do with clients, is that when I onboard them, or sometimes before I onboard them, they get a questionnaire of 19 questions.
All right.
Yeah, and one of the questions is, do you have linkable assets? So those are assets that people would naturally link to without payment. And what are your target pages? So then I know what pages are they targeting. I can build links to that. Or if they have a linkable asset, I can link to the linkable asset, and that can link through to the target page. But yeah, you would be surprised how many links I got to product pages, and like really hardcore aggressive product pages with just guest posts. But it has to be natural. I mean, it has to make natural sense in the article that you're writing.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned no guarantee for SEO. So since there's no guarantee in SEO, if ever someone asks for a refund, how will you handle it, by the way?
Yes, also a really good thing. I have done refunds. I think I've done 2. Yeah, I have. I have done. No, I have done 1. And it was fine. It was a bit of my. I knew it was going to be hard to build links, but I thought I could do it. And I kept saying I had calls with the clients as well about how they needed different content on their site, because it was, their domain was an exact match domain. They didn't have any informational content, just commercial content. So it was really hard to build links to. And the guy, at some point, he didn't want to wait anymore, so he asked for a refund. And then, and he was really disappointed. Not disappointed in that I sucked or anything, but it just didn't work out. So I just refunded him any links that weren't fulfilled. And after that, actually, some links went live, but I was fine with that. I didn't want him to feel bad about it. And the other time, there was it was just in lockdown, I think. Yeah, just when lockdown started. And we were late on links as well. And then they wanted a refund. And they would give us 2 weeks to get all the links fulfilled. And then I told my team, you know what? We will refund them if we don't hit the deliverable. But let's go and double it. So we doubled down, just because I didn't want them to feel bad about it. So we doubled down, and we actually over-delivered on links. And then we didn't have to refund them.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't want to continue, by the way, but but yeah. So if I tend to go towards the clients, if they're not happy, then let's do a refund.
Yes. So okay. So do you have any advice how to fight backlink spam from Kindle?
That's a good question. I don't do it myself, but I've been going on these site clinics with link research tools from Christopher Kemper. I don't know if you know that tool. It's a backlink detox tool. And it can quickly identify all the spam backlinks and disavow it for you, like real easy. So I would probably do that. But otherwise, I'm not really an expert on spam backlinks, so I don't know. But I would check out that site, because I do think they have some blog articles about what to do.
Awesome. Okay. So another question from Genesis. What platform do you get your clients from?
Hi, Genesis. I love his name. Is that your real name, Genesis? So cool. Yeah, so it started out with Skype, because that was the group I was in. And then it became Facebook. But now I also get leads from LinkedIn, although I'm not really busy on there, and Twitter as well. So I guess all the usual suspects. Yeah, and doing podcasts, that also helps.
Okay. So for startup, are you recommending buying links, or are paid links worth it?
I would try to go for free links
Yes.
before buying links, because buying links, it's not necessarily bad, but you have to really be careful not relying on it too much, and also be very, very critical of the sites that you get paid backlinks from, because they could they can become total link whores at some time and just start linking out to every Tom, Dick, and Harry. The other thing is also, I notice that people that are used to buying backlinks, it will be really hard to switch to not paying for backlinks, because then you'll be like, oh my God, this is so much work and I hate people, and I really have to do effort now. And so I would try to get those free links just to get into the habit of it. And it also just costs money, buying links. Very, very simple. You will need a budget for it.
Right. So, okay. So a lot of SEOs don't know how to price for their links. I compare it to yours, which is, I believe, 10 links for 5,000 US dollars, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So, wow, good pricing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, how do you price for links, by the way? What are the metrics that you're checking, for example?
What did you say? Sorry.
What are the metrics you are checking to know that it's the
So
price is 1,000 or 2,000?
yeah, I don't focus on metrics. And if a client wants to have a minimum, I'll take that into account. So if somebody wants a DR of 30 minimum or something, I'll look out for it.
Mhm.
Any other metrics they want, up to a certain threshold. It also depends on where you're building links. If you're building links in Sweden or Australia, it's a very different story than when you're building links in the States. But yeah, I don't. It's not based on metrics. The
Awesome.
pricing.
Okay. So another question here from Geronimo: how do you approach or attract potential client to offer your link building service?
Yeah, I don't approach people. I attract them, and that's just by talking about shit and connecting with people. That's how I attract them. And I get a lot of referrals. So people that have used me, they refer me to someone else.
Okay.
I think, but it depends on what kind of person you are. I mean, if you're an extrovert like me, that's the way for me to get clients. Just put myself out there. Just be me. Just be Bibi. But if you're an introvert, you might want to do it a different way. You might want to rank your site on a certain keyword case study thing. But yeah, I think even if you're introvert, you might want to try and be active in Facebook groups, because that really helps. It really helped me, just helping out people and listening to them. And it's also very easy to connect with people that are well known in the industry on Facebook. You just send them a message, and then you can connect with them. But don't be sleazy or creepy or selling yourself or all that shit. Just
Right.
be really interested in them. I think that's. I don't know how it is with the Philippines. I know. Yeah, that's a good question for you, actually. So I work with a lot of Philippines people. My business partner is a Filipino. Do I say Filipino, by the way, or?
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, is that right? Okay. So I asked this question this morning for my team, like, how do I call you guys? What's the right name, or how do I spell it? Because sometimes it's Filipino or whatever, so it's confusing. Anyway, so yeah, I work with a lot of Philippines people, and I think that very soon you guys are going to be better SEOs than any US or whatever UK people out there, because you've worked for so many people as a team member, and you will create your own companies, and then you can compete highly on price, but still make a really good income for yourself.
Exactly.
So how are you finding that in your experience?
Yeah, it's great, because let's say, for example, our rate here is, I know, 1,000 US dollar, and then we are hiring someone in Philippines as well. Let's say, for example, we have about 2,000 US dollar per month, and then we hire someone here to work in our company for about $1,000 per month. So we are still earning good commission for that, and it's still a great price, right? Because we can still upsell them.
That's a huge price, I think. I mean, in the States, that
Yeah,
would even be really good for some people, you know?
and, if we are specialists, so the cost is 40,000 per month. However, if we hire a virtual SEO virtual assistant, that would only takes you maybe 20,000 peso. So it's more cheaper.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm really interested in how this thing's gonna develop because I think at some point, or probably already, a lot of Filipino are gonna say, you know, fuck working for you, white man. I'm gonna do my own shit. Fuck you
Right.
and your time tracking shit.
Yeah, a lot of people who do time tracking software, but we don't work for those clients.
Good, good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, because right now we're building a agency here in Philippines, so that's why we're not doing those things. Yeah, last week, maybe last week, one client hired us, and then the last thing he said was to do the time tracker, and then we fired him instantly.
Good.
With using time tracking software. Yeah.
This is so good because managing your clients, having that quality filter in there, of course it's scary, you know, like at some point I doubled my prices and I was really scared that I wasn't going to get any client as you know anymore, but the leads just kept coming in and they were actually better quality clients. So for
Right.
you to fire that client because that's not the business you want to run, it's only going to get you better clients
Correct.
in the long run. And the better the clients, the easier it is to fulfill for them as well. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know.
Yes.
It's going to be easier to hit success. So yay, go Philippines.
Thank you. Thank you, Bibi. So another question from John. I've seen posts that rank for keywords without even setting up anything on the SEO plugin. How and why do you think that happens? Also, is it worth it to target keywords with low traffic numbers?
What does he mean with SEO plugin? I don't really get that.
Yeah, maybe he's referring to Yoast or Rank Math.
Oh, oh, but why? How would the SEO plugin help you with ranking? It's just an analysis tool, so I don't get. Oh, he means without optimizing it. Right. So, how are unoptimized posts ranking? I don't know. Do they have good links? Is the content good? I mean, are they big on social? Is it a high authority site? Maybe there could be so many reasons that it's ranking. I mean, I sometimes see stuff that's ranking so bad. I often suspect that they are doing some black hat stuff, but you can't see it because it's all hidden. You know,
Right.
they can stop the crawlers or they can turn switches on and off. And also, is it worth to target keywords with low traffic numbers? Yeah, if they're high commercial intent, if they have a strong buyer intent, it could definitely help.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So another question from Wilbert. Do you have a team that do link building? What is the ratio of client website versus link builders?
Okay. There's three questions. Hi, Bibi. Do you have a team that do link building? Yes, I do. 21 people. Hi, Wilbert. What is the ratio of client websites versus link builders? What is it? Oh, so how many link builders I have on each project? I would say 3 to 4. But they're doing. No, wait, that's not true. I'm so bad with numbers. I have teams of 3 to 4, but they do about 4 sites. So what is it in numbers? I don't know. You guys work it out. We're doing 3 to 4 links per client per month. Oh, that's nice. That's actually, I mean, I do a minimum of 10, but I do have some clients that have those 10 spread out over websites. Not a lot though, just a couple. But I also have clients that want 25 or 40. Yeah, so
That's you.
different. Yeah, I think at the moment we're building over 300 links or something a month.
Okay.
And we're dying. So I'm
Okay.
hiring more people.
Okay. So what are the common link building strategies people doing? Uh, what are common link building mistakes people doing right now for you?
Oh, yeah. I just wrote an article on it on Search Engine Journal. What is funny about this, though, is that when my team shows me templates they made, right, for campaigns, I sometimes tend to be overly critical. So I read them and I go like, "This shit sucks. This sucks. This sucks. You sound like a fucking link builder," all that stuff. Oh, can I swear? I haven't even checked with you. I'm so sorry.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay. So, but I also train people outside of my company. They pay me money for them to train them as a link builder. And then I'm just as harsh. But lately, I've noticed that templates that I didn't like at all, we just sent them out just to see what happens, and they worked really well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I was training somebody in Australia actually for a big site, and they sent out 14 emails, and I got like 4 links agreed or something. And I was so surprised. So I don't trust my own judgment anymore. That said, that was like a really long disclaimer. I would invest time. So people, when they're doing content ideation, for example, guest post outreach, right?
Right.
So let's say you're doing your what is your hat called? Is it a beanie? I don't know what it is. It's like a beanie
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
your head. Yeah, it's a beanie. So let's say you're a beanie selling company, and you're pitching guest posts to sites about you want to link out to your beanie page, right? So
Right.
what people do is that they pitch 3 headlines, and they're all about beanies. They're all about how to keep your head warm, how to wear your beanie in 7 stylish ways, stuff like that. You're too much on the product. You're thinking like a link builder. And when you do that, then people sniff out that you're building links and that there's a monetary gain in what you're doing, and that you're actually a business reaching out, and they will ask you for money. So that's one of the mistakes that people make, is that they're so stuck in their link building perspective that they don't think about what the prospect would actually find valuable. So you have to bridge the relevancy in that way. You have to look at the prospect's content and think what would be a topic that they would like, but that could indirectly be related to the beanie. So for instance, you would say maybe something like how to be happy in the winter, so people would have some winter depression or something. And then in that article, one of the things would be, wear bright colors or something like that. And that could be related back to your beanie page, but in a very natural way that's interesting for the audience of that prospect. So
Right.
don't be so much on the nose. Just bridge its relevancy, and don't make your link stick out like a sore thumb. It has to tie into everybody's interest. So that's one link building mistake. I could say a lot of them. The other things are that people try to copy all the stuff that's already been done by other link builders, and they just copy it exactly. The outreach emails,
Right.
and good sites, really big sites, they get outreached, I don't know, 50 times a day or maybe more. So if your subject line, if your email doesn't stand out, then they just go up, trash it, or worse, they flag it as a spam, and then you're lost. I don't know. Oh yeah. Oh, one more thing is the prospecting, is that if you don't want to pay for links, when you're prospecting, avoid the sites that have a big "Write for us" on their homepage, in the navigation, because they're just like, they're honey dick sites. They're just trying to attract people. And the weird thing about it is that marketers ruin everything, right? So if you're prospecting sites that are going to end up in highly optimized SEO sites, you're talking to another SEO. You're not talking to a business owner. So when you're prospecting, go for sites that are clearly not content only, that offer products and services. So they're a real business. They're not monetizing their content. So they're actually not interested in selling links.
Right.
They're interested in selling to their audience. So if your pitch or whatever content you have is helps them sell to their audiences, then it's a win-win for everyone, you know.
Right.
If you're reaching out to sites that are so clearly made for guest posts or some bloggers that only make money with their content, then yeah, you're going to end up paying for links.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great advice. So, how do you scale your link building campaign? From John Robert.
These are really good questions. I like it. I'm also really warm. I'm wearing this sweater. I bought it on Light in a Box. I don't know if this is the wave, but it's
Wow.
like it's really synthetic, so I'm sweating away. What was the thing? Oh yeah, how do you scale your link building campaign? Yeah, so templates is one thing. If you use templates, Pitchbox really helps with scaling. I wouldn't be able to do it without, because they're. So, for instance, I heard in your previous interview with Kherk that you said to use Hunter.io,
Yes.
right?
Right.
In Pitchbox, all that stuff is integrated.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So it just scrapes the emails, it scrapes their social media profiles, everything, you know. So it's such a I'm a minimalist with tools. So if I find a tool that combines 6-7 tools in it,
Yes.
I'll just go for that tool, because it's really expensive, but in the end, it makes it enables me to scale stuff. The other way I scale link building is I really try to systemize our processes. I'm not good at it, so my Filipino business partner helps me with that.
Awesome.
And yeah, so we use SOPs. We always hire more people. Yeah, so that's scaling, I guess.
Okay. Awesome. So, one question from Frank: when doing resource link building, what are the metrics that are important? Like, is it trust flow and citation flow is important?
Um, Yeah, I find it really hard because so it's resource link building. Does he mean resource pages or getting added into an existing article or a upcoming article? What do you think? Because people are sometimes confused about resource page link building and resource link building. Nah, whatever. So that's yeah. What do you think that he means?
Okay. Maybe he's referring to the old resource pages post that is already there for a long time now, and you just add links there.
Oh, I haven't done that in a long time. I used to do that, and I don't think I looked at any metrics for that. So, yeah, no, sorry. But I don't do any resource page link building anymore. I'm not against it, but I'm just so focused on stuff that really works well for me. The thing is, if we're talking about resource pages, I'm not sure if you're going to get any referral traffic from that, you know? So and there's also hardly any keywords surrounding your link. And that makes it I feel like it makes a very minimal impact, because there's the only thing that probably counts is then the domain authority. Citation flow, yeah, if it's a giant resource page, you have hundreds of links, that probably wouldn't be good either, in comparison to a page that only has like 10 links or something. But I don't know. I would consider resource pages as a pillow link. It's part of a natural backlink profile, but doesn't have a huge impact. And you shouldn't focus your whole strategy on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't done any tests with resource pages, so I don't know if how much they work.
Okay. So, for a startup and beginner in SEO, do you recommend them to start getting clients or learn SEO first?
If you can get clients, get them. but manage their expectations because you're just starting out, right? So I wouldn't promise them the sky, and yeah, I would just say, hey, we're figuring this out together, and so I don't like working for free. I've never done it, not because I don't like to give to people. Actually, I give a lot to charities and stuff. But my parents, they were theater designers, and they did productions for the theater and movies and stuff. And they earned a lot of money with it. But sometimes, out of the good of their heart, they would do productions for non-profit organizations or small companies, theater companies that didn't have much money.
Okay.
And it would always trip them up, because those free clients were the most demanding and most complaining and high maintenance clients. They would complain about everything. So I feel like working for free often ends up in a client not valuing your work, because subconsciously they expect it to be shit because it's free. So I would avoid doing free clients. About the learning the SEO, it's okay, I guess, but you have to be honest to your client that you're a newbie. And if you need money, yeah, then go for it. If you have a little bit more time and you have some buffer in terms of money, I would just build your own site and try to make money with that, because it's a really good way to learn SEO.
Awesome.
But if you immediately need money, then you say yes to a client and just be honest.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So one last question for you, Bibi. What is your advice for people who are struggling with client getting, either in SEO or in any type of marketing?
Oh, I found it so hard, because the way I got clients was just by networking and
Okay.
connecting with people. I think it works. I mean, I was just being myself. I wasn't trying to be a smooth marketer, or I wasn't like, oh, look at me, I'm going to be a thought leader, la la la. I was just being me, and I like people. I like talking to them. I like making jokes. I don't take things seriously. I'm not corporate. I hate corporate stuff. And that got me. I mean, and the funny thing is, I have big corporate brands now as clients, so I think that's refreshing for them. So you have to find your way of doing things. But yeah, starting your own network and expand your network would be a really good thing. But not don't go for the kill right away. I get so many messages from people offering their services, people from India and sometimes also the Philippines. And I'm just like, you can also be really interested in me and not try to, hit me up with a commercial sales thing first. I mean, a lot of people get spammed to death also on Facebook with those kind of messages.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we end, what is the best way to reach out to you, or how can our viewers connect with you, by the way?
Oh, yeah. Well, look me up on Facebook. I might not accept your friend request because I have a whole load to go through. It's just, but where you're? Oh, BibiBuzz.com. Oh, yeah. So Facebook, but also my site, BibiBuzz.com. And you can email me at bb@bbuzz.com. You can also look on Twitter, BibiBuzz.com. I think I'm there. And don't go to LinkedIn, because I hate LinkedIn. I never go on there. Sometimes I go on there and I'm like, shit, I missed like 6 leads. Fuck. So don't do LinkedIn.
Right. Okay. So, baby, thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate it, and of course for sharing your time with us. So,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Bye,
Oh,
guys.
thank you, Kherk. And do I say your name right, Kherk?
Yes, Kherk.
Yeah.
Correct.
And thank you guys all for the really good questions. I hope it helps you, and really, I mean, go Philippines. I believe in you. Build your own business, and yeah, make some money.
Thank you. Thank you, baby. Bye, guys.
Bye.